Hola, minasan! Welcome back for another round of trailer reactions. Ooh, Capcom came out with a spotlight today. They're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of games that they got coming out. Hoping to see some cool stuff. Well, it's probably gonna be his usual stuff. You know, see more Resident Evil, more Monster Hunter, more Street Fighter 6. I'm expecting that. Hopefully the other one, what's it called? Stigmata, was it called? I forgot the name of it. The one with the little kid being carried around with the by a guy in a robot suit. That looked really awesome. I can't believe I forgot the name of the game already. It looked really awesome, and I want to see more of that. So, oh yeah, let's not waste any time. This is a very good long video here, and I got a lot to, and I'm probably gonna have a lot of thoughts once I see what they dropped on us. So. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, follow, and hit the notification button. And let's begin the trailers. Rated RP to M. Capcom.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Capcom Spotlight. For today's show, we'll be covering updates to games that are out now, plus new info on upcoming titles.
This game.
This includes behind-the-scenes info from our developers, so be sure to watch until the end. Now, let's take a look at today's first title.
What comes after dreaming?
The
Waking.
future. It isn't just a dream. It's a promise.
We're opening up with this game, the Stigmata.
Into reality. With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI, we're reshaping the line between
the
dreams
Tesla
and reality. We create
New Detroit.
life for our future.
We will all be
Delphi
robots.
Corporation. Let's see about getting
As always,
through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
There you are. All better.
You patched me up.
Capcom.
I am DI-03367. They are pragmatic.
Whoa, hang on a second.
Don't you have a name or something?
I'm good. Get behind me.
I think I can help.
Targets identified.
It looks really
Neutralizing
gorgeous.
threats.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
I like that all the machines are white. You can really see everything. Oh, Pragmata. I don't know why I was thinking Stigmata. Pragmata.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am DI.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Cute. PS5. So it might not be on NS2.
Introducing Capcom's newest IP, Pragmata. And all
Yeah, see, I like that it's all white because you see everything.
with a unique
it's not
hacking twist.
dark. It's not brown and gray.
It's been a while since we first announced it,
This floor is,
but we're excited to have the game
you know what I
ready
mean.
for you in 2026. Today, we will go over some of the unique points of Pragmata.
All right.
Encountering an android with a heart. You play as Hugh Williams, a member of a team sent to investigate a lunar research facility that's lost contact. When a lunar quake strikes, Hugh is separated from the team.
New Marvel vs. Capcom character.
He finds himself saved by Diana, an android girl.
There you are. All better.
Now they must work together to return to Earth. Hugh, a bit sarcastic, but a kind soul. And Diana, a curious and enigmatic android. This is how an unlikely adventure between a human and android begins. A mix of puzzle and action.
Okay, it's gonna be a puzzle game.
In Pragmata, combat begins with disarming the enemy's armor.
Oh.
Otherwise, you will find it difficult to inflict any real damage. This is where Diana comes in.
Makes sense.
Let's use her hacking ability on this enemy. Moving the cursor through the panel, you take down their armor.
Ah.
And now, it's Hugh's turn. Take aim at the enemy's weak point.
Multitasking.
Passing through more blue nodes increases damage, and the enemy's armor stays exposed for longer.
Oh, nice.
With an arsenal of unique weapons, take on the rampaging boss. What enemy will you hack first? What weapon will you use?
Who will you prioritize?
Thinking on the fly in the heat of combat, and how you handle the multi-sided situation will be key for success.
And I see you have to avoid the warning
this
symbol.
compelling new combat system. The AI-controlled Lunar Research Station. In Pragmata, your adventures take place at a lunar research station. They are researching a new material that can be used to 3D print almost anything, from microchips to cars and giant structures.
That's actually pretty good concept.
Now, however,
3D printing
the lunar research station seems void
buildings
of
and
human
such.
activity. Only the lifeless world and the AI remain.
That could happen
Use
in our
your thrusters
future.
to move around the lunar research station. You will also need to hack the systems blocking your progress. By combining their abilities, Hugh and Diana can explore this world together.
Yeah, chat. We could. They can actually 3D print cars now. Whole cities.
Pragmata will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and Steam.
Then watch them announce it for
This
NS2
summer.
by Cloud.
We'll also have public hands-on for Pragmata. Experience the gameplay you just saw firsthand.
I like that you have to
including the thrilling
avoid
combination of
like your
puzzle and
programming,
action combat.
and you gotta avoid things like the warning sign.
We are looking
actually
forward
pretty
to
good.
many more events where you can get your hands on Pragmata.
I know, right? It's gonna be on Steam. That's so cool. I'll get to play it.
Please look out for
When I
more
have the
information on
finances.
Pragmata on our official social channels, website, and stores.
Oh, that's cute.
And don't forget to follow and to add Pragmata to your wish list.
See, that's what I was saying, chat. The colors. It's really cool. It's not brown and gray. It's very bright. Oh yeah, Street Fighter
Check
6.
out the latest trailer for Sagat.
Let's see how Sagat works.
番組をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。ストリートファイター6のディレクター中山です。本日は私から皆様に最新情報をお届けいたします。6月5日に任天堂スイッチ
Yep,
2
came out
の
on
ス
Switch
トリート
2
ファイター6を
with the
発売
with
す
the
ることができま
highly
した。
expensive $40
より多く
amiibo.
の方々にゲームを遊んでいただいて、開発一同大変嬉しく思っています。また、先
Yeah,
日
'cause you're playing Street Fighter 6 on the go.
イヤー3に登場するキャラクターのラインナップも発表させていただきました。イヤー3では
Year 3. This time 4
Crimson
characters. And no Makoto. Where's my Makoto?
そしてイングリッドが登場する予定で
I
す。
want my Makoto. Want my
さ
main.
て本日はイヤー3最初に登場するサガットの映像を少しだけではありますが
Quick peek at
ご用意いたしました。どうぞご覧ください。
Now you will learn the ways of the tiger.
Hey, come on, let's go! Wait for me!
Silly guy, you don't know how to bow. Yeah, Capcom. Whoa. Yeah, Capcom's been bringing out a lot of vibrant colors in their recent games. Dang, made him look big. Is he carrying a log? Jeez, he really is carrying a log. And he's just walking by like he don't care. Woo. He's gonna kick it. Yep. Show me some fighting. He's
the
like,
Emperor of Muay Thai, Sagat, is ready for battle. Players can also get the World Tour experience with Sagat deep in the mountains of Thailand.
Get to train as
the
Sagat.
Emperor makes his landing on August 5th.
Okay, August 5th. Cool.
To prepare for Sagat's release, the Sagat Arrives Fighting Pass will be available starting from July 4th.
That's next week.
Premium rewards include Sagat's Wanderer avatar gear. And we've also prepared some throwback stickers and emotes. From Sagat's days as the boss of the original Street Fighter.
That's
We're
cool.
also increasing the amount of content in the Fighting Pass that can be used in Fighting Ground.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Tues EX Color.
Oh? They're offering EX colors now?
Ken's EX Color.
Man, that's
Now's not the time.
a terrible sweater on Ken.
As well as
the
art
leather
and effects to use with the game's Challenger customization feature. We're also prepping music tracks to use in fights and more for players.
Volcanic Room
Please check
stage,
it out.
F5 stage.
Finally,
adding some
we
Street
have
Fighter 4
information about the long-anticipated Outfit 4 content. Check out the designs of the 7 characters that will receive Outfit 4 content with the Sagat update. Cammy.
Dying.
Luke.
Women are screaming.
Chun-Li.
Dying.
Manon.
Dying.
Jamie.
Women scream.
Kimberly.
Dying.
And Aki.
Dying.
We're continuing work on Outfit 4 content for these characters.
They gotta first
And of
cover.
course,
They gotta cover
are
the women
working on
first.
Outfit 4 for the rest of the roster. So please stay tuned.
The women in my chat is like,
本日の情報は以上となりますが、いかがだったでしょうか。今回ご紹介したキャラクターやファイティングパスなどについて皆様にお届けできるよう開発チーム一丸となって最終調整に取り組んでおります。後日サガットのゲームプレイトレーラーの公開も予定しておりますので楽しみにしていただければと思います。これからもストリートファイター6をどうぞよろしくお願いします。
I don't know. I feel like this season is going to be a little underwhelming compared to last season.
We'd like to tell you about the Capcom Pro Tour, a global competition for the world's best players. Players the world over will battle it out in regional qualifying tournaments. The Capcom Pro
Evolution
Tour
is happening on
2025
August
Singles Tournament
1st.
Tour is now accepting entries. Anyone is welcome to join. Compete for a spot in the Capcom Cup 12 tournament, which will determine the world champion. Just like last year, the tournament will be held in the Ryogoku Kokugikan Arena in Japan. The champion of this year's tournament will once again receive a whopping $1 million prize. You won't want to miss out on the intense battles this year as players fight to become world champion. For more information about the tournament schedule and how to enter, check the Capcom Esports website. This acclaimed new fusion of action and strategy, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, has released on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, that looks gorgeous.
In this original Japanese-inspired world, with exhilarating dance-like sword action,
Good old-fashioned hack and slash.
strategize and fight alongside villagers as you enjoy this unique game experience.
Looks like Pikmin with
You can also use the new features of the Switch 2
Pikmin with Japanese
and play
samurai.
using mouse controls.
Oh, mouse controls. Ooh.
Have fun playing.
Oh my gosh,
with the
Okami with the mouse
want.
controls. Just hit me in the head there.
Compatible with handheld mode. You can enjoy the game anytime, anywhere. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, is available now.
Digital version, $40.
Also, the action and strategy is further enhanced with the new extra content, Otherworldly Venture, added to all available platforms.
Ah.
In the Otherworld, beyond the Torii gates, protect the maiden from nightly attacks of the sea. As you earn rewards by outlasting each wave of enemies. On an ever-changing battlefield, determine who will fight and win, and how to best use your rewards. Aim for a high score amid infinite strategies in this challenging and satisfying gameplay mode.
Protect the maiden.
How long will you be able to defend the maiden from the seethe in the Otherworld?
1 second, they'll just instantly shoot me with an arrow and I'm
Following
dead.
its initial release on July 19th last year, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, will celebrate its 1-year anniversary next month. We have prepared a small token of our appreciation for the many fans who have played the game.
All available in all. Yashichi. Oh.
Presenting Yashichi Waves, a Mazo talisman that changes some music in the main game to 8-bit style.
That's cool.
This can be obtained in a free update available at a later
Now,
date. To both
just
new
to
and
know,
existing
that
players.
was a symbol back in the
Please look
80s
forward to the update
of
coming
Capcom games. I remember seeing that in Mega Man 1. It gave me like 50,000 bonus points.
Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, is available now on all
That's pretty
shown
cool that they made that a
platforms.
character. Add that to Marvel vs. Capcom.
Try the game's unique experience for yourself now. Next, please take a look at today's lineup of Capcom titles. 8 action and fighting games make their returns, including the legendary Capcom vs. SNK series. Enjoy training mode and a gallery featuring sounds and artwork, as well as easy-to-use one-button specials. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 is available now.
Very hard to find.
Reclaim your destiny.
Right now. Onimusha 2.
A remaster from the swordplay action series Onimusha.
On previous last gen systems.
A memorable cast of
Nintendo Switch,
characters
PS4,
returns
Xbox
to weave
One.
their deep and complex tale anew. Experience the classic graphics and gameplay refined for modern consoles.
Yep, last gen consoles,
The
PS4,
remaster
Xbox
of
One,
Onimusha
and
2,
PlayStation,
Samurai's
Nintendo
Destiny
Switch.
is available now. Onimusha.
That's
Way
funny
of
that
the
they call
Sword.
it current consoles.
The next entry in the swordplay action game series is coming in 2026.
That looks really awesome.
Set
This
in
is the new
early Edo
Onimusha.
period Kyoto. The protagonist, Miyamoto Musashi, will face his formidable rival, Sasaki Ganryu. How will the clash between them unfold? Stay tuned for more. Capcom Digital Sale is here.
Oh, what's on sale?
Monster Hunter Wilds is on sale for the first time. Experience the most evolved action and improved immersion in any Monster Hunter to date. Also, make sure to check out other Monster Hunter games. In celebration of
Resident
the horror
Evil.
series' latest thrilling news, Resident Evil games are on sale at great prices. But that's not all. Dragon's Dogma 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Ace Attorney titles, and more are on sale too.
Dang, that's
Don't
a lot of
miss out
sales.
on this great chance to pick up these must-play hit games.
Oh, Resident Evil Requiem.
From the creators of the latest Resident Evil.
Number 9. Look how cute that is, chat. This is cute. Resident Evil.
開発のコンセプトは病みつきになる恐怖というのを掲げてます。恐怖を乗り越えるね、気持ちよさ、そこのカタルシスってやっぱこう脳汁が出るんですよね。それ自体がこれもっとやりたい、遊びたいっていう中毒性を生む。そこに徹底的にフォーカスしてみたら怖いけどゲームとしても楽しい、そういうのが作れるんじゃないかなっていうのがレクイエムの出発点でした。
Uh-oh, chat says they're scared. Looks like I'm gonna have to play the scariest game ever made when Halloween rolls around.
オフラインのゲームとなっています。バイオハザードで一番重要なのは恐怖体験だと思うんですけれども、今作においてはその恐怖体験っていうところにしっかりとフィーチャーした内容に仕上がっているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
キャラクター。
今回の主人公は FBI 捜査官グレイス・アッシュクロフト。内向的で怖がり。バイオハザードとしては割と新しいタイプのキャラクターを作ろうとしています。プレイヤーと同じ目線で一緒になって怖がれる、こういうキャラクターを狙っています。物語の中でもちろん
I just find it funny that throughout the whole game, she's gonna have that one piece of hair covering over half her face the whole entire way. At some point, it's gotta slick back.
レオンを主人公にしようっていうのは実はずっとあったんですけども、
we've
どうしても
done
レオ
Leon
ン
enough.
を使ったバッチバチのホラーっていうのが割と難しくて、落ちてきたバケツにびっくりするとか。
Yeah, he wouldn't jump at this point. He'd be like, oh.
っていうところで、じゃあホラーと食い合わせ悪いよなっていうのがやっぱりありました。
He'll just look at a zombie like, again?
ファーストトレーラーご覧になって分かるように、グレース自身がすごいいろんな目に遭うんですね。
They just said she's a new character. This is the ninth
逆さず
game.
り一つとっても顔の赤らみ、高揚感であったりとか、
Oh, there we go. Her hair got
うっ
pulled
血して
back.
る
See?
表
There
現、
we go.
あとは髪の毛もかなり
And then it
力を
gets
入れてま
perfectly
して、
put back in place
自
when
分た
she
ちで
gets up.
スタッフプロの方を呼んで実際にウィッグを使ってそこからシミュレーションして CG に落とし込んだ
They
り
used
と
the
か
wig to make the model to create the hair graphics. I wonder if they did the same for Diana and
一人
Pragmata.
称視点と
The same
三人称視
method.
点2つの視点で自由に切り替えながら遊ぶことができます。主観視点だと
Oh,
そ
you
の
could do
恐怖
first
を
and
間近
third
に感じる
person?
ことができて、緊張感のある臨場感のあるゲームプレイっていうのが可能になります。三人称視点だとキャラクターの肩越しでの
That's cool. I
視
like
点
that
という
there's
ところで
options.
アクション、そういったところがよく見えるゲームプレイになると思いますので、アクションが好きだなって思う方には三人称視点の方がおすすめです。
That's really good. I like that. Options with the view screen. You get to decide your experience. I wish many games would do that instead of leaning so hard to just first person.
30年近く経つんですけども、
Oh, 30 years
ゲ
after.
ームの舞台として登場します。
Dang, look at that crater.
その当時
That
アンブレラ
new
事件
lake.
でシリーズがヒットして、それ以降もさまざまなキャラクターたちが、いろんなラクーンシティで起きた事件をきっかけに立ち向かっていくようになったり、人間成長したり、そこに今回この表現のメスを入れるっていうのが作り手としてはやっぱりかなり緊張感を持って臨ませてもらったっていうのが大きかったですね。
ラクーン事件に関わった、もしくはラクーン事件に巻き込まれて大きく人生を変わってしまったり、命を落としてしまったりと、そういった登場人物がたくさん出ます。レクイエムは彼らに向けての言葉通り鎮魂であり、もっと言うとバイオハザードシリーズ、ラクーン事件、アンブレラをきっかけに生まれたシリーズのある種一つの区切りという意味でレクイエムというタイトルをつけています。
They show Miguel from Tekken.
バイオハザ
That's
ードレクイエ
hilarious.
ムは2026年2月27日に発売予定で
Which
す。
systems?
2026年3月に
Oh,
バイオハザー
March
ドシリーズ
2026 is the
30周年
30th
を迎えます
anniversary.
30周年記念
Makes sense
タイ
why
ト
they
ル
want
の
to
名に恥じぬような
why they have
ゲ
it
ームとしてこ
February.
の作リリースしたいなというふうに思っております。
I'm sure it will. Okay, there we go. PS5, Xbox Series,
グ
and
レイスの
Steam.
母親は
大きく方針を転換してですね、
実写映画を目指すというところで
Further interviews with the creators that didn't fit into today's presentation will be released today on the Resident Evil portal. Register your Capcom ID to see the rest.
ラクーンシティっていうところは基本触っちゃいけないもんだと。
Unreleased footage.
Get ready, hunters. The guild has authorized a new Monster Hunter showcase for you.
Okay. Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, this game is so big, and I still haven't played any of the Monster Hunter games I got. I'm so long overdue.
モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーの辻本です。おかげさまで多くのハンターの皆様に楽しんでいただいております。本
I
当
even
にあ
got
り
the
がとうございます。
amiibo. Couple of amiibo.
今日はタイトルアップデート第2弾の情報をディレクターたちと一緒にご紹介したいと思います。それではご紹介いたします。
はい、モンスターハンターワイルズアートディレクター藤岡要です。お願いします。
はい、モンスターハンターワイルズディレクターの徳田です。よろしくお願いします。
はい、それでは早速ですが無料タイトルアップデート第2弾のプロモーション映像をご覧ください。どうぞ。
Capcom presents
More dragons, more giant monsters, more epic fights, more chompy chomp, more crawling around. Yo, that's a tough one. Dang. I'm sure Monster Hunter fans are screaming like, "Oh my God, it's that monster!" I gotta get it to Uduna Arc Temper. Oh, that's a beautiful looking designed monster. Look at that. Hey, get back to that monster. That with Fender, really? Layered weapons, cross promotion with Fender. The poses.
They don't get views like this sitting around back at base camp.
Ooh. Stab it in the eye. Underwater monster battles. That's so cool. Your friend plays this game? That's cool, chat.
Everyone, it isn't safe here. Let's head back home.
Yep, there's underwater fights now. Ooh, that is brutal. Yet somehow survivable. Yeah, the monster designs are awesome, and it's free. That is awesome. Even more awesome.
はい、というわけでいよいよ皆様にラギアクルスのお話ができる日がやってまいりましたと。
ラギアクルス。
これ本当にグローバルいろんなところに行っても本当にラギア人気がすごくってすごい期待されてすごい。
Okay, so it's like I said, people are going to probably scream, "Oh my gosh,
登場させることをお知らせできたと。実はモンスターハンター
See, that's why I
4
gotta
っていう
get
タイトル
into
が
get
ラギア
into
クル
this
スに
game.
出てるんですけど、そこはちょっ
Monster
と
Hunter 3
ラギアクル
trying.
スの開
So I
発
could be able to be like, "Oh my gosh, it's Lagiak." It's just like all the other
立ち
Monster
上げ
Hunter
ましょう
fans.
ってなって、まあ売りになる遊びとかを水中戦とかも作ろうみたいな。
Yeah, underwater battles
でそ
now.
の水中をよりちゃんと面白くするにはラギアクルスが結構面白くならんといかんっていうのもあって、でもともとレウスのライバルみたいな立ち位置をちゃんと作ろうみたいな、まあいろんな精鋭を集めてラギアチームみたいなの作ってね。
でその時にモンスターの担当してたのがまた徳田。
そうですね、藤岡さんがディレクターで、僕が初めて最初から企画の立ち上げから調整してリリースするところまで担当させてもらったメインモンスターというところで、チームラギアですね、みんなが日々より良いモンスターにするために意見とかアイデアっていうのをぶつけ合いながら、より良いモンスターに仕上げていく経験っていうのはなんか振り返ってみるとクリエイターとしてもすごい大事な時間を過ごさせてもらったなみたいに思うようなモンスターですね。
そうね、
ワイルズでのこだわりっていうのをちょっと皆さんにもご説明したいと思うんだけど。
今回は水中ちょっとアクセント的なイベント的なやり取りっていうのはできるんですけど、主にはやっぱり地上でもやり取りしていただくような設計に変えましたので、昨今のそのプレイヤーのアクションできる幅っていうのも広がりながら、そこに対応しつつ、しかもそのラギアクルスらしさみたいなものを残したアクション設計にするというところがまず一つこだわったところです。ラギアクルスってトライの時からそうだったんですけど、水中でのこのシルエット、縦にこう伸びた時のシルエットっていうのは本当にかっこよくて、そこの迫力っていうのをぜひ感じていただきたいというところがありましたので、武器を完全に振ることは自由に振ることはできないんですけれども、ちょっとイベント的な水中のアクションっていうのも今回なんとか実装することができましたので、そこも含めて楽しんでいただけるようなモンスターに仕上がったんじゃないかなと思います。
もちろんラギアクルスが出てくるというところで、討伐して素材とか、入手してもらったらもちろん武器とか防具が作れるっていうところは当然あると思うんですけど、そこら辺で何かあります？
久しぶりにこうやって出てくるので、全ての人がね楽しんでもらいたいので、総中コンとかも、ちょっとなかったのを足させていただいて、全種類揃えさせてもらってます。
僕たち思い入れ強いモンスターってことも今のスターたちも本当に分かってくれてますし、本当に一生懸命取り組んでくれました。
なかなか面白い仕上がりになってると思います。
チェックするときに担当じゃない子たちともこう見に来たりとかするぐらいBGM とかもすごく
そうね、ぜひ遊んでいただいてね、その辺はね、注目していただけたらと思っております。そしてなんとセルレギオスが今回登場しますということで、セルレギオスはもともとモンスターハンター 4G というタイトルから登場しているタイトルで、モンスターハンター4の無印が実は海外版出てなくって 4G から出てるので、海外の人も結構セルレギオス馴染みある人も多いんじゃないかなとは思うんですけど、ちょっと今回のセルレギオスどんな感じになってるかっていうちょっと説明を軽くでもしてもらいたい。
もともとセルレギオスは結構旋回能力高くて、レウスと違ってちょっと小回りの利く感じとスピーディーなやり取りみたいなのがもともとのコンセプトにあったんで、そのあたりちょっと今回なんですね。
モンスターハンター 4G の時も僕がメインプランナーとして自ら概要から調整まで行った最後のモンスターなんですけど、僕足の攻撃だと人輪をうまく使ってもうテンポ感を作っていって、で後ろの回し切りを使って仕留めてくるようなタイプのモンスターなんですけど、4G の時にモーションの子が提案してくれて面白かったのが、斜めのキックしながら移動するみたいなアクションがあったんですけども、上下左右にステップするモンスター多くても斜め方向にしかも攻撃あたりを出しながらやるモンスターっていうのがあまりいなくて、そこの特徴がすごく面白いモンスターだなと思ってましたんで、今回もその部分っていうのをアップグレードして自分のアクションをぶつけていきながら遊べるようなモンスターとしてセルレギオスは機能してくれてるんじゃないかなというふうに思います。今ご紹介しましたラギアクルスとセルレギオスはいずれも星8の歴戦の個体としてフィールドに登場するようになります。かなり強力なモンスターになってはおりますので、腕に自信のある方はぜひチャレンジしてみてください。
For the second Arch-Tempered monster, we'll have Arch-Tempered Uthduna appear for a limited time. You'll be able to forge the new armor sets, Uthduna Gamma and Feline Uthduna Gamma.
For a limited time.
Arch-Tempered Uthduna will arrive in the future as an event quest and free challenge quest. Crafting the final weapon in a tree allows you to use that weapon as layered equipment. For Artian weapons, you'll get it after fully reinforcing the Rarity 8 weapon.
Damn, it's a big sword. And it has rotating
weapons,
things on it.
You'll need to forge high-rank weapons.
Don't forget, you can take pictures.
We're adding brightness settings and filter effects to photo mode. And in the character display tab, you'll be able to hide your handler, Palico, Sacred, and more.
Oh, Okay.
We're planning on continuing to update photo mode to make it easier to use.
That's a fun little feature. Every game should have a photo mode, I
We've
think.
added the ability to swap
Even puzzle
handlers.
games.
You'll now be able to travel with Eric instead of Alma. As for support hunters, Mina, a hunter from Vespai unit who wields a sword and shield, will be added. You'll also now be able to select which support hunters participate in quests. Furthermore, by playing with content added in the update, you'll be able to obtain a myriad of rewards.
Like more fishing hooks.
Event quests that allow you to forge special equipment. Quests
They look really
that make
good.
it easier to obtain
Yeah, it's a giant
armor
pickaxe.
spheres and decorations. A challenge quest featuring Mizutsune. And a free challenge quest featuring Arch-Tempered Uth Duna will be available for a limited time.
Yeah, what's up with this vendor?
はい、ここでコラボジェスチャーが入手できるイベントクエストについてお知らせしたいと
The
思
guy
い
looked
ます。
like he was straight out of Mad Max when they
ヘン
showed,
ダさんよ
showed
り
the character
モンスターハン
playing
ター
the
20周
guitar.
年を記念したコラボレーションギターモンスターハンターリオレウステレキャスターが3月21日か
Oh,
ら
that's
発売
actually a
しており
beautiful
ます。
guitar.
でゲームの方ではですね期間限定で配信予定のイベントクエストをクリアすることでこちらのギターが登場するコラボジェスチャーがなんと入手できますということになっております。今回のコラボ
Like I said,
コラボ
Mad
が
Max.
決まった時から結構チームもね
Is
ノリノ
there
リで
actual
いろいろ
guitar,
やってく
Fender
れていろいろ
guitar
な今回
in
こ
that
だわり
design?
があるんですけどちょっといくつか
はい
紹介してもらえます
ギターはそのまままず 3D スキャン、
there it is.
自社で撮れるのがあるので、そのままの形がゲームに出せるようにして使用感とかそういうのもちょっとデザイナーのこだわりの部分で足してあげたりとかして、実際のこうちょっと使用感のあるような、ところまでこだわって再現してますと。音自体も実際のサウンドチームの人が演奏してくれてその音そのまま使ってるんですけど、アニメとかもそのキャプチャー撮る時も、サウンドのその演奏者の方にちゃんと指の動きを習ってコードが間違ってないかとか、チェックしてもらいながら全部のモーションをしっかり撮ってますんで、それなりに楽しいジェスチャーになってるんじゃないかなと思います。
Okay.
来週会場とかにすごくこう
They really went all out in this
ジェスチャーにな
behind
るん
the
じゃないかな
scenes.
と思います。
キャプチャー撮ってたじゃないですか
Learning that they mocapped that
あれ
whole
も実
thing.
際にジェスチャーしたら音マイルもあれをやってくれるってことで
エアギ
すよね
ターみたいなのをビーンってやって一緒に入って一緒にやって
めっちゃ弾けてたね
もう全然関係なくわー音もらしい
そういうのをぜひ見てほしいですね
楽しくみんなで楽しんでもらえたらなと思います。
みんなぜひジェスチャーやって
The
いただ
thing
きたい
is,
と思います
we already saw it.
There will be a range of DLC with this title update as well. There will be 4 kinds of dance gestures as free DLC.
At least it's free.
And a cosmetic DLC Pack 2 as paid DLC. Those with the Premium Deluxe Edition or the Cosmetic
Hug around the
DLC Pass
balloon.
will automatically obtain it.
Man, that's what's cool
There
about
will
Monster
also be
Hunter. Every
other
time I see
DLC
these,
not included
it
in
doesn't
pack.
take itself so seriously. It just has a lot of fun. You know, you get too many of these types of games that get too serious. It's like here, you know what I'm saying? The fun
In the
factor,
summer,
man.
There will be a seasonal event called Festival of Accord Flame Fate. During seasonal events, the decorations and meals at the Grand Hub will change. And by playing during the event, you will be able to get limited time only equipment, gestures, pop-up camp decorations, and more. Festival of Accord Flame Fate will begin July 23rd. Let's make this summer a hot one to remember.
Dang, that's a beautiful setting. So here's the roadmap.
ここからは今後のスケジュールについておさらいいたします。無料タイトルアップデート第2弾はご覧の日程で配信予定です。追加モンスタ
It's
ー
great that
ラギア
Capcom
クル
makes
ス
their DLCs
セルレギ
free
オス
at
が登場
times.
し
You know what
ま
I'm
す。
saying? Like they know what to make free,
ま
what to
た
put
武
behind
器
the
の重ね着
paywall.
装備などシ
That
ステム
makes
追加を
sense.
予定しています。夏の季節イベント交わりの祭事踊り火の儀を開催します。イベントクエストにて歴戦王ウズトゥナが登場します。フェンダースペシャルコラボのジェスチャーが入手できるイベントクエストを期間限定で配信します。はい、今ご紹介、いろいろさせてもらいましたが、他にも細かい調整とか入ってるところもあるんですよね。
はい。タイトルアップデート第2弾では、ハンマーの調整として新しく、ハンマー総裁成功した後に追撃するモーションというのを追加しています。その他もですね、遊びやすくなる調整っていうのを、各種進めておりますので、詳細はディレクターレターやパッチノートの方をご確認いただければと思います。
番組をご覧いただきありがとうございました。タイトルアップデート第2弾の詳しい情報は公式サイトや SNS をご覧ください。タイトルアップデート第3弾は秋頃に配信予定です。追って皆様に情報をお届けする予定ですのでお待ちいただければと思います。本日はこれにて以上となります。最後は、いつもの掛け声で、終わろうと思っております。よろしいでしょうか。はい、いきますよ。せーの。ひとかり行こうぜ。
That does it for today's presentation.
Oh, it's over?
Thank you
Wow.
for watching. Before you go, we'll be holding a survey about today's show. Viewers of this broadcast are invited to take part on the Capcom Spotlight website. Participants will receive a free wallpaper as thanks. A Capcom ID is required to participate.
Of course.
So take this opportunity to sign up if you haven't already. We at Capcom are excited to share more news in the future. Please look forward to our next broadcast. See you next time.
That was really good. That was actually pretty good. You know, went into a lot of details on what was going on with the upcoming games. They're looking better and better. I like that they explained the you know, a lot of the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes and what they were going with, the directions they were, that they went. You know, really makes the games even more exciting. I'm very excited for some of these games that I might be able to get my hands on. But the fact that most of them are on Steam helps big time, at the very least, since I don't have the PS5 and the NS2. So, at the very least. Yeah, Pragmata is looking better and better. I like that there's a lot of vibrant colors going on and such, you know, and the characters look very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting characters. The game mechanics, I actually like that, and so I'm very excited, and I'm glad that it's on Steam. You know, the game mechanics where you get to do puzzle and action at the same time. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before, quite honestly. I'm trying to think of a game where the puzzle element and the action has been done at the same time. Let's see. Yeah, I don't recall, quite honestly. I don't recall, quite honestly. And I really like that you know, that they pull up the interface. So when you're using Diana, you have to move and navigate her hacking system, avoiding certain icons, because I noticed that it was dodging the warning icon to get the most optimal hack, I guess you could say. She's not really doing damage in that sense. She's trying to, open up the how you say. There we go. Open up, yeah. You see the shielding, so that way I can hit the weak points. But then when you have multiple enemies, you got to choose between one or the other and be very quick about it. I'm very curious how the reflexive movement is. How one would be able to reflex a move. Because remember when she pulls this up, I gotta move the cursor around. See, you gotta move the cursor around while at the same time. So is it gonna be like they're gonna stay? They're gonna slow it down, or are they going to move the whole thing along? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like they're still gonna be moving normally while I'm trying to do the hack to open up the shields and create the weak points, or am I going or they're going to either slow down or move fast? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I need to see, or is that gonna be like an optional intensity, like in the options you can select to make it easy doing it that way, or not do it that way. It's pretty. Let's see, how you say. Yeah, I would say challenging. I would prefer the challenge, honestly. The challenge of doing both, to be able to do both. And then we ended up with Street Fighter 6. We got introduced to Sagat. What passes off as Sagat, quite honestly. Yeah, we just only got to see him walking around. I'm still disappointed. I don't know. It feels a little underwhelming. Like, they're going to have all the usual stuff, the new costumes and everything for Season 3. But last season, there was 5 characters, and 2 of them were from SNK. So I really feel... I feel like maybe that was... I can understand why. If they had made it like the last season, we wouldn't have enough time to enjoy it. Like what happened with Akira in Street Fighter 5. Akira was the last character, and we only had 1 year with her before Street Fighter 6 came out. So it's totally understandable. But this feels a little for me. It feels underwhelming because there's 4 fighters coming out this season as opposed to 5. And Ingrid's the only one that's really, really interesting. Everyone else is the others. Well, they're all returning characters, but Ingrid is the one who I think was only in two games, 2 fighting games. And so now we're gonna have her in Street Fighter 6 official as part of the canon. Yeah, Sagat looks really great in design. I really love that they put this camera angle. He looks like Shadows of the Colossus walking in that angle. They made him larger than life, and deservedly so. I mean, he's iconic. Him and Ryu's fight is very, very iconic. As opposed, where one could say Akuma and Ryu is a legend. It's all great and everything, but Sagat and Ryu is really more iconic, you know what I mean? Because where Akuma is all about the philosophy of the inner self, I guess you could say, story wise. With Sagat, it's about revenge. It's like, I must restore my honor. I must have revenge, and I think that changed in Street Fighter 5. Like, he caught on. What it means to be a world warrior. If I remember the story correctly, I probably forgot the whole story, but nevertheless, yeah, he's gonna be pretty hardcore as always. I like that they got them in Street Fighter 1. Those little stickers at the bottom. Yeah, it's coming out. He's coming out very quick too. He's coming out very soon. He's coming out very soon. It was very sudden when they said that. I was kind of shocked. But it's that outfit. I don't know why Ken is even dressed in that with the with that collar sweatshirt, that sweater. Look at the sweater. You'll see it. Look at that. Look, it's so his design sucks, man. His EX design legitimately sucks. Sorry, it legitimately sucks. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no Makoto. I'm still waiting on Makoto. You know, it would be nice to see Makoto. And then we got crap, Kunitsu. It's a nice little hack and slash game. It's really cool that on NS2 you get the do mouse mode with it, and definitely looks a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? And the price is pretty good. I guess, you know, I guess, you know what I mean? But the one thing that was very surprising was this bonus character in Kinitsugami that they're throwing in, and what's crazy about it, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be able to have time to pull it up, but I've seen that that imagery before, where he has the little fan going on. Basically, he's all the way at the end here. I like they added him as a surprise end here. Yeah, here it is. Free download. Yeah, you see that imagery right there. They actually made a character out of him. See, I remember seeing that in Mega Man 1, and that was and you get bonus points for it. And they made him a character. I would like to see that character in Marvel vs. Capcom. You know, you catch that and you get bonus points. Yashichi, that's what it's called, Yashichi. They made a character out of him and put it as DLC. Oh my gosh, that's pretty hilarious. See, look at that. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we got the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, 8 fighting games, including the Capcom vs. SNK series. You know, the standard fare stuff. It's already out on last gen systems, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and of course Steam if you got Steam. And then there's Onimusha 2. I like that they said it's on current gen systems. NS1, PS4, Xbox One are not current gen systems anymore. Isn't the PS4 and Xbox One at this point 9 and 10 years old? I need somebody to let me know down in the comments below. Still a classic game and everything, you know. It's still a classic game, you know. It looks really good, all things considered, for like, I guess a remaster. It's actually pretty good, you know. And then there's Way of the Sword, which is coming out for PS5 and Xbox Series, the current gen consoles, as well as Steam. I wonder if it's going to be on NS2. You know, they haven't announced it yet. If they plan to do that. If they are, that'll be pretty cool if they have that on NS2. But totally understandable if they don't go for that. You know, Way of the Sword, the new Onimusha. I'm glad that they're tapping back into some of the other franchises. You know, and then they got a whole big digital sale going on. That's all nice and everything. You know what I'm saying? The digital sale is all cool. And then we get to see a little bit more info on Resident Evil Requiem. It looks really great. It's very gorgeous. They used they actually said in this behind the scenes look that they, you know, did a little bit more with the hair, with hair movements and such, to make it a little bit more realistic. And I had pointed this out before when I saw Pragmata, the first time I saw Pragmata, about Diana's hair and the way it looked and everything was so hyper realistic. And I'm wondering if they used that the same type of programming programming to make Diana's hair look just like that. Also, I was kind of wondering if her hair was going to just stay in that position the whole game. Thankfully, they showed that it wasn't like that. Back to Raccoon City and everything. This is actually really great looking. You know, and I'm glad they didn't go with Leon. For what they intend to go with, they need a new character who never experienced Raccoon City before, and it makes perfect sense. If they had done Leon Land, it would have just been like, again. But by introducing us to this whole new character here, we'll get the horror elements back again. Honestly, I'm hoping they'll be able to pull that off, because at this point, was it 9 now? 9 Resident Evil games. The horror starts losing its luster. You know what I mean? How do you keep the intensity fresh? How do you get us to get scared and nervous and intense? And they found ways. I like that you could switch camera views from first person to third person, and that gives you 2 completely different gameplay experiences. Where first person view has more intensity, the intense factor, the fear factor. But if you want the more action oriented style, like in Resident Evil 4, you could go into third person. And I like that. I like that they did that. I wish games would do more like that. You could switch between perspectives and have 2 different types of gaming experiences. You know what I mean? And allow the player to choose their adventure. Choose their experience. It's a pretty cool. I like that Capcom really has been considering play and fun. You know what I mean? They're not. Throughout these interviews, they really weren't just sitting there and saying using the buzzwords. They're not using the buzzwords and such. You know what I mean? They're not saying, oh, we're using next gen technology or any of that. They're just sitting there saying, yeah, we got these camera angles where it'll change your experience. If you want a more action oriented experience, you could do third person. If you want the more horror experience in your gameplay, you could do first person. And we need more of that. Honestly, we need more of that. I don't want to hear any more about how fantastic experiences and everything. I mean, I get it. They wanted to talk about, a bit about the hair and the sweat and all that. But, they contextual, I guess, I don't know why. They inserted that in, but they just treated it like a classic thought. They didn't, hype it up. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hype up the hair and the sweat in Resident Evil. They just said, yeah, we did some things to make the hair and the sweat look realistic and everything. Now, here's this here's this ability to play this game in first person and third person. Here's what'll happen when you do it in these modes. That's the way it should be. You treat those things like footnotes. This whole high next gen graphics as footnotes, and just stay on talking about gameplay. Because that's all we care about is gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about any of that. It's great. It's all nice and everything. But how am I going to play that? Speaking of playing that, I still have to tap into the Monster Hunter franchise. The new monsters the returning monsters. Because, like I said, to me, they're new. These are new monsters to me. But for old players, these are returning monsters. And they look really gorgeous. New underwater fighting, which makes logical sense. You can't swing a sword underwater. But they figured out a way to actually make underwater combat for Monster Hunter Wilds. And again, look at this design. And then they added in the fender. Went full Mad Max here. They knew what they were doing when they made him look like Mad Max. And they even have the actual guitar in the studios. They should have sold those. I don't know if they sold those. That would be really cool if they sold those, But nevertheless, it's just all DLC content, mostly free. The majority of them are actually free. And that's really cool, I mean, Capcom doing the free stuff is always good, you know what I mean? Especially given that these are actual campaigns. These are actually big campaigns, and it's all free, which is really awesome. That's the way. I don't know why I keep saying you know. I'm sure someone will write in the comments saying I know. But listening to the interviews with Monster Hunter and all the things they were explaining about with the DLC, you can really feel the fun and the passion they have behind it. Like, they really enjoyed doing all this and adding more to the game and giving more to the players. Look at this second free title update, which is happening June 30th. It's just a couple of days away, not too far. And it's always great to see. It's always great to see that, and this really does look fun. I gotta tap into the series. I do have Monster Hunter games, like I said. I don't know what I'm waiting for. This was a pretty good showcase. You know, they just covered the games that we already know that's coming out, but they went into a little bit more detail with a couple. I really like Pragmata. It's going to be on Steam, and I would love to play that. It's already the combat mechanics is very interesting, puzzle and action. You know, I can't think of any other game that done that, and I'm sure there are other games that done that. You know, saying, and I'm pretty much interested in seeing that combat system. I want to try that out. That's why I want to pick that up. I want to try that combat system and see how that really works. And the fact that it's on Steam and it's not exclusive to consoles is a big plus. It's a big plus because I can actually, you know, experience the next gen through the Steam. You know, Street Fighter 6 Saga. I would have liked to have seen some fighting. You know, I would have liked to see a little bit more fighting, but it's understandable. They hyped him up very good, made him look larger than life. Yeah, so very good, and I liked the interviews because I really did feel the passion behind their creative process that they explained and everything. Even when they talked about the hair and the sweat and the other little things, but you know, they treated it like an afterthought. You know, like a footnote, and just focused on, you know, what they were putting into the game and what they felt would be great for the game and such. You know, their decisions, like their choice of not putting Leon in Resident Evil and so on, you know, because they wanted to bring in the horror element, you know, be really horror and such. You know, the interviews were pretty good. This was a very good spotlight, and yeah, I look forward to a couple of games. So it's all good. All right. So head on over to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man, a strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find links to the book down in the description below, along with links to other merch such as pins, stickers, t-shirts, music. Enjoy the products. Thank you for your patronage. And if you happen to have a copy of The Impossible Man and did a YouTube video on it with lore analysis and so on, thank you very much. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. And if you're interested, you could join me on my live multi-stream on Twitch and Kick every Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I do, where I occasionally do trailer reactions, lore research, Japanese cultural studies, gaming, and more. I look forward to hanging out with you. So until the next round of trailer reactions, thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night. Say buenas noches and oyasumi nasai.